Jamin, you've had a night now to probably let this settle in. You got mom and dad here with you in Washington. First off, like, any sleep?
Just a little
Okay.
bit, just a little bit. Once everything settled down, it just felt like a big weight was taken off my shoulders, so I did get a little bit of sleep last night.
Is it getting real?
Definitely. It hit me in the face when I actually pulled up to the facility today and just got a chance to meet the coaches in person and everything, and now it's starting to just set in for me, knowing that I'm a part of the Washington football team.
You know, there's a lot of pressure. You talk about meeting the coaches. Head coach Ron Rivera played linebacker. Defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio played linebacker. Were they pretty clear that saying, hey, you're here for a specific reason?
Right. And that's to be around great guys and make plays and buy into the culture here. So I'm definitely all in and just ready to do whatever I can to help the team win.
What do they tell you that culture is and that they want it to be?
Definitely just being around guys that just, when it comes to being in the locker room and whatnot, it's not too much I can really explain on that part of things, but just definitely buying into the culture similar to how it was when I just previously was at Kentucky.
You know, head coach Ron Rivera comes from a military family, and he's very vocal on how that has shaped who he was as a player, who he is as a man, for his family, for his wife, who he is as a head coach. You come from a military family as well. How has it shaped you as a man and as a player?
I think it has a direct correlation to everything I live by, honestly, especially when it comes to playing football, because it makes me just play as a disciplined player, making sure that I'm doing everything, whether that's showing up to meetings early or just trying to be exact with everything that I do, and I just tend to just try to live by that, honestly.
Talk about what you live by, your motto. You don't hear a lot of young men coming up with this. It says you can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage work ethic. Where does that come from, and when did you adapt this as something you wanted to take on as your philosophy?
Surprisingly, it was something that I was told when I was younger. Just back when I first started playing football, one of my rec coaches had said it to me, and it kind of just stuck with me. And just over the years, I just looked at it as like my just go-to motto. And it was always like that for me because I was always the underrated kid who was always overlooked. And I just knew that if I was putting in the work behind the scenes and just doing whatever I needed to do, that no matter what, especially being what my mom was teaching me as well, I would never be denied, no matter what was going on around me.
You just said you grew up kind of underrated. Even to get to this level, it wasn't until this last year that people started really kind of opening their eyes to you. Where does that fall into like your drive and what you want to accomplish?
Honestly, it doesn't faze me at all because, I mean, coming from a smaller area in South Georgia, it's prepared me for moments like this. It's always been that way for me. And even when I got to college, it never was discouraging or anything like that. I just knew that whenever I got my opportunity and kept my faith, I was just going to step on the scene and show everybody who I am.
All right, you're going to step on the scene in the linebacking room. Do you know where you're going to play? Where do you believe you would best fit in?
Not exactly. They kind of just gave me a feel for just being able to be versatile to play any position that they needed me to. And I think it's pretty cool because, I mean, it'll give me more opportunities to go out and make plays. So
Versatility is something that this coaching staff definitely loves. I mean, you're fast. You've got the speed of like a wide receiver. How is it you found yourself on defense then?
Hey, I just fell in love with hitting people when I was younger. When I scored my first touchdown, I was a diehard LaDainian Tomlinson fan growing up. And I actually thought I was going to end up playing offense one day, running the ball. But, I mean, I don't know. I just fell in love with hitting people and just feeling like I was a general out there on the defensive side of the ball. And I don't know. I guess that got me here and just carried over from just being fast, I guess you can say.
And with your size, your height, your wingspan, like covering tight ends, I'm sure is going to be on your list of to-dos. There's a lot of talk about pass coverage and how you can contribute there. What do you think your skill set adds to and brings to you to be able to be productive in that area of the game?
Just being able to step in and make an immediate impact with the defense. Being able to play with guys that like being around the ball, that like playing with their hair on fire at all times and just flying around. And honestly, I'm going to just do whatever I can to step in and make plays because I feel like that's what's going to end up winning championships one day, defense.
You talk about being with guys that like flying around. Who are you most looking forward to playing with?
Probably a guy like Chase.
Yeah.
Probably a guy like Chase Young, definitely. He seemed like he's a pretty down-to-earth guy and has a pretty strong work ethic. And that's just something that I'm definitely going to try to imitate so that I can step in and make an impact as well.
Yeah, he only goes one speed. It's his Sunday speed is the same speed as he has in practice.
Definitely.
How does that, do you think, help you guys when it does go on to have that mindset?
I think it's going to be great because I live by the same exact thing, and being that I have a guy like that with me, it's going to help me, like I said, step in and make an immediate impact. So.
All right, what about guys going up against? You grow up watching the NFL, there are guys you're going to say on Sunday, you.
I don't really have a specific guy. Like I said, I just want to really step in and help the team as much as I can and hopefully get a chance to get a Super Bowl ring.
Any quarterbacks you look forward to going up against?
Not necessarily right now.
All right.
Just anybody who line up across from me.
What about a pregame ritual?
Before I leave the team hotel, wherever I am, I have to say a quick prayer because I feel like if I don't, I'll just be a little sideways the entire game.
What should fans know about you and what you're going to bring to this team?
I'm a pretty laid-back guy, but I mean, when it comes to stepping on the field, I click into a whole different mode, and I just do whatever I can to make plays all over the field, whether that's special teams, whether that's playing center, or whether that's being a true linebacker.
And how's the celebration going to be?
Hey, whatever is in my mind and heart at that time, I'll just let it show.
All right, Jamin, welcome to the Burgundy and Gold. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.